Good morning. In the last class, we just discussed about this process, right? That is going to be resin transfer molding. We have one more method of manufacturing composite materials by using PMC, that is injection molding. See, this injection molding will going to become under thermoplastic, right? See, injection molding, you might have come across this injection molding in manufacturing process subject. Injection name itself telling that we are injecting something, just like your syringe will going to inject, we are going to inject something into the cavity so that you're going to get the desirable shape of a composite material. See, whatever this injection molding process will going to become under closed process, whereas and lab what we discussed, that is going to be under open one. This is going to become under closed process. See here, they mentioned here the polymer is mixed with very short reinforcement fibers. See, the polymer means I'll going to explain one by one. Hey, by the figure you can see that these are the hopper or a container. This is going to be hopper or a container which consists of both resin and a fiber. Fiber, what kind of fiber here? The fiber is going to be discontinuous one or particulate one, not a continuous fiber, right? That's why they mentioned as pellets. Pellets is nothing but just like your size of tablets, right? What are the tablets you're going to consume for when you're going to get a health issue? Such a kind of very small size in small in a size of particulates are going to mix with the resin. This is completely a resin, right, with a particulate. Then come to here, you can see there is an continuous chamber here, right? This continuous chamber, what are the continuous chamber here? In that continuous chamber, what are the content that has to be transferred through the this content chamber? See, this is going to be our shape, this shape of composite material required, and this is going to be a mold, just like your and whatever you're going to do in a foundry forging lab, that is split molding, the same kind of molding here. We're going to first create the cavity. In that cavity, we need to pass this resin with a fillet so that we're going to get desired shape. Before going to inject this content into the cavity, we need to take care some parameters, right? Okay, before going to discuss about the parameters, let's we have discuss about what how it's going to be exactly works. What are the different parts which is going to be used here, and what are the different functions of these parts, right? Now we can see here there is a screw motion here. You know what is the function of screw motion? What is a screw means, right? See, this screw is going to be moved both in horizontal and also in rotary motion. Rotary motion is going to be in clockwise or anti-clockwise. This horizontal screw may going to be used for, going to be moving up horizontal, that is reciprocating horizontal portion. That's for the screw. We can see there is an heater here. I'll go and tell what is the function of heater. There is a barrel, right? You know what is the function of nozzle, and this was the spore, right here. See, whenever the this hopper is consist of fillet and the resin, it's going to be come into the barrel, where barrel which consists of screw. When the screw rotates, what happens? Whatever the content in this barrel starts to travel from one position to another position, travel from one position to another position. That was the function of screw here. Screw is going to be pushing. Screw is going to be pressurizing the resin with a fiber into the mold cavity. That was the function of screw here. See, there is two motions here. One is horizontal, one more is rotation. Rotation motion is to give the pressure, give the resin to travel, whereas this horizontal motion we can adjust the screw at any position. If you just bring back this gray color, bring back to left side, what happens? The position of the screw comes to here, which means that we can adjust the position of a screw in the within the barrel so that we can get the desirable pressure. We can get the desirable pressure into the cavity, right? That is also the function of screw. Then come to heaters. What is the function of heater? See, as I told that whatever the resin, whatever the resin here, resin is going to be in the form of plasma state, semi-liquid or semi-solid state, right? And it's not going to be completely solidified. When the resin is going to be at this position, that should be in a liquid position or a plasma position. When the resin at this position, it should be of also a plasma condition. which means that generally when the resin, if it is not going to be heater, what happens when the resin is transferring from here to this position, intermediate in in this position, the temperature of that resin is going to be reduces, and that temperature is going to be changes. Due to that one, there is a chances of solidification of resin will going to be start solidification. But if the resin is going to be solidified, we can't able to transfer resin from one position to another position, which means that whatever the temperature of resin at this position should be same as this position, that is going to be maintained by means of heaters, which means that we're going to give us constant heat, we're going to give a constant heat, so that the resin is going to be having a uniform temperature, so that it's going to pass us from one position to another position. That was the function of heater. Then what is nozzle? You know what is the function of nozzle? Nozzle function is to increase the velocity at the end, right? You need to increase the velocity. And you know what is the meaning of stroke? Stroke is a gateway where you're going to pass the resin into the cavity. And these are ejecting pins. You know what do you mean by ejecting pins? There is no much thing. Once whatever the thing is going to be done, the resin and the fiber is mixation is going to be in a cavity, completely filled with the cavity. We're going to stop the process or just rotating by the screw. The walls are going to be closed, and after giving some temperature, after some time, whatever the composite material which is going to be in the cavity will going to be solidified. Then after that, you're going to open the mold, you're going to break the mold, then your composite material is going to be ready. That was the function of this injection molding. Any doubt here? Okay. See, this was the function of injection molding. Now we're going to discuss what are the parameters we're supposed to take while processing an injection molding. Now see here, as I mentioned the same figure everything, we need to provide some, there is one change in previous figure and this figure, that is cooling channel. What is the function of cooling channel here? See, there is a function of cooling channel here. As I told that what is the function of this screw, why required motion in horizontal and rotation motion, as I told. Then what is the function of heater? As I told in the, so just now I told nozzle, barrel, everything. But there is one component here, cooling channel, which is nothing but, see, whatever the this red color we are seeing, this cavity filled with resin and a fiber, that is having some temperature, because if you are using heater, it consists of some temperature, which is nothing but it is in a high temperature. If it is in a high temperature, it cannot be solidified. It should be temperature of this component, temperature of this resin should be low in a temperature. Unless there is temperature is going to be less, it cannot be solidified. Unless it cannot be solidified, we can't remove the composite material from the mold, which means that the surroundings has to be cooled by means of cooling channel, which means that we're going to give some cooling channel or cooling media by using of water or some other kind of thing, which depends upon what kind of resin you are going to be using. That was the function of cooling channel. Now here, see, you may ask the question here, sir, what kind of fibers it can be used, whether only particulates or only fillets, can you go for continuous? No, we can't go for the continuous. What happens if you use the continuous fibers here, as soon as it comes to making contact with the screw, what happens? It starts to breakage. Continuous fiber is going to be going for discontinued one. This will leads to discontinued one, then there is no use of meaning of continuous. That was the another parameter, another thing, right? And one more thing, the temperature heater. See, the heater temperature is depends upon what kind of resin you're using, what kind of fibers you're using. See, if the fiber is going to be natural fiber, not a synthetic fiber, temperature should be less. If it is synthetic fiber, the temperature can be higher one. And it depends upon what kind of resin, the temperature of heater is going to be maintained, right? And one more thing, this barrel, you may ask the question, what is the size of this barrel? The size of the barrel is completely depends upon what is the composite, what is the cavity, or what is the shape of composite material or size of composite material we require. Again here, the nozzle is also one of the parameter, the major parameter. If this cavity has to be filled completely with some time, with some complete amount or yeah, amount that has to be maintained by using of nozzle, which is nothing but nozzle will use the velocity to completely fit into the cavity. That's all about the working principle and process parameters of a injection molding. So this is going to be an actual diagram where in the company side they're going to use the injection molding process. What are the parts are shown mentioned here? The same parts are there here. There is no much difficulty thing. See, there is an hopper, there is a barrel, there is here, there is an you can able to see the injection molding or parts can be manufactured. I given everything here. We can check it out. Then come to advantages. Sony, can you mute, man? Thank you. This was the advantages. The process is completely automated. Now see the figure. We are not using any manual work here. Completely automated. We just filling the fiber and resin in a container or a hopper. That's all. Everything is going to be completely automated. There is no manual work here. If there is no manual work, it means that the less in a accuracy, less in a defects or less in a errors. It means that more accurate one. High productivity and quality. As I mentioned, if there is no manual work here, the quality can be achieved because errors are less, accuracy is going to be high, efficiency is going to be high. That was the reason our advantage is going to be high productive and quality. Price is low. See, since we are not using much complicated components here, much complicated component, process, then it's going to be less amount of price. That's it, right? That's all advantage. Now we can, from this figure, you can see that these are some of the images which are manufactured by means of this injection molding. I think we have come across with such a kind of parts or components in our daily surroundings, right? Slippers and toys or kids playing equipment. These are the composite materials made up of injection molding. What are the chairs we have? We're going to use a plastic chairs that is also going to be manufactured by means of injection molding. Then what are the disadvantage of this injection molding? See, I'm going to say the disadvantage. These are the initial cost is going to be high. See, what is the reason for initial cost is going to be high? Which means that equipment cost is going to be high. That was the reason then the initial cost of this process is going to be high. Second, initial leading time means that we need to uh, pour the resin into the copper and mix the fiber, then mold, creation of mold and cavity and giving temperature setting. That will lead to more timing, more require more timing to manufacture. That is going to call as initial lead time. Large part size is limitation, which means that we can't go for very large dimension of more than 1 meter or more than 2 meter components of size of a component. There is a limitation of sizing in this injection molding. That was another disadvantage. Careful design is needed. You may ask, what is the meaning of careful design? Means nothing but now I'll show. Here. See, careful design. Design is going to be in three parameters. One is because of nozzle and how much velocity has to be, and what is the amount of space or cavity should be filled. That is another one. Temperature has to be maintained. Screwing. These are the design parameters you're supposed to go for before manufacturing. This is going to be another disadvantage. And one more disadvantage is there. If you want to change the shape of a component, we need to go for again different molding, different cavity. That was another